Hello, Fambam, to another episode of Talking Business with Ritz. Today, we are diving into a topic that's near and dear to every aspiring educator's heart. Okay, finding the perfect starting point in creating a course. Okay, now whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, get ready to unlock the secrets to crafting compelling courses that resonate and deliver results. So, our guest today will be sharing about her expertise and wisdom about course creation. Interesting. Okay, now get ready and fasten your seatbelts as we get to know our guest on a deeper level in the Know the Expert segment. We'll explore the types of courses, learn where to source the ideas for your next course, and know what to do next in the Learn from the Expert segment. And of course, know how we can collaborate with our guest in the Work with the Expert segment. So buckle up because your path to course creation success begins right here. After this. All right, I'm back. So, um, joining us today is our special guest, Katie Miller, a dynamic course creator and a social media strategist. So, with her expertise, we're about to embark on a journey of learning and growth. So, without much ado, let's welcome Coach Katie Miller. Let me put her back on stage. Hi, Coach.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here today. Thank you for joining us.
Of course, I'm so happy I could do this.
All right. Now, before we delve into the valuable insights that you're about to provide, let's remember, ladies and gentlemen, our FAMBAM here, that the essence of this show to our wonderful audiences, coaches, course creators, consultants, experts, I'm calling you out, and service providers. Talking Business with Ritz is about revealing the person beyond the title, celebrating authentic stories, and the valuable lessons we gain from one another's experiences. So, this is a safe place or platform for us to share our experiences as an entrepreneur. So this is the show where we break down barriers and shed light on the secrets of entrepreneurial success. Okie dokie. So if you are watching with us now, kindly comment hashtag live, or if you are catching us on replay, please comment hashtag replay so that we know that you've been here. And to watch the whole episode and the past episode, um, what do you call that? Join the free Facebook group that we have, Talking Business with Ritz, live expert interview. So it's an easy search. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the first segment. Let me just flash the title. Welcome to the Know the Expert segment. Get ready for a unique glimpse into our guest's world as we ask impromptu questions to know her better. Now, in this segment, we'll explore her entrepreneurial journey and gain insights from her expertise. So, I am very thrilled to welcome Coach Katie Miller to the show. And let's dive into the mind of this exceptional course creator. All right, I'm prepared to connect with her as we unveil engrossing insights. All right, Coach Katie, it's your moment to shine. I'll step backstage, giving you about a minute on the spotlight and share your endeavors and purpose in talking business with Brit. So I'll be back on stage 1 minute. All right, here you go.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm Katie Miller. I am a course creation coach and social media strategist. So I really focus on the development of ideas into a full blown course. And then we talk about how to launch on social media. I started as an educator and it's kind of changed over the course of my business, which I feel like happens with all of us. I started as an educator. I was an instructional technology coach, and I have a master's degree in instructional design and development, which is a fancy way of saying course creation. So I really focus on the organization of it all in the beginning part of the process because a lot of people will talk about course creation and they think it's just like, oh, I put some stuff together. So I've kind of made it my own along the way. And I do that working from home. I am a mom to two boys, so they keep me very busy. But I enjoy working from home. I realized a long time ago that I love that a lot more than sitting in an office. I do better when I can have my own space and own quiet. So that is really what inspired Miller Social was I wanted the flexibility to be there for my kids, and I wanted to be able to work from home in comfortable clothes. And I mean, it's been a journey like it has been for everyone else. Like it's changed. My business has changed so much from the time that I started as a social media manager, and it's kind of morphed into this course creation and course coaching that I do now. And I've kind of brought that social media world and that course world together, which I feel like we don't see a lot of. A lot of people are focusing on one or the other. So I really wanted to be able to bring out people's expertise and help them get that out into the world because I think everybody has an amazing idea to share. So we do that together in group programs, all kinds of things, coaching, and people come to me at all different stages of their course development journey. Some are just starting, some people have more of an idea, and then we just fine tune it. So it really just depends. We work with all kinds of people, and it's fun to see how we can use instructional design to help any business owner in any industry. And it doesn't matter what your topic is because you're the expert in your topic. My job is just to help you organize it in a way that is appealing for your audience so that they actually finish the course and that you make money off of it. Because isn't that the goal? That we all want to make money in our business. So that's really how I got to where I am now, as where Miller Social is at this point, focusing just on that course creation piece of it and what we can do in creating the entire course from start to finish or just the bits and pieces that people need help with. So it kind of really just depends on where people are. But I will say that most people don't think you really have to spend a lot of time at the beginning of the course creation process. They are thinking you do an outline and that's it. And there's a lot more to it than that, which is I'm sure what we're going to dive into here today.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Coach.
Sure.
All right. Now, let's dive in to the question and answer. So, now my first question. Where are you located right now?
I am north of Dallas, Texas.
All right. So, now, what is your favorite word and why?
I think is a
Very
my podcast
popular.
is called Katie Calls BS. So my favorite word is probably not PG, but
Don't
they're
worry.
I would say probably my favorite word is the F word. And then after that I would say ooh, just like happiness. Two very
Okay.
different words, but
Yes. You are the second guest that I had who has the F word as their favorite.
I'm not alone. Just as a
Yes,
good
you're not alone.
punctuation on a sentence for happy, upset, it's good. It's just good.
Yeah. So it depends how you say it. All right. Now, next question. So, from the scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is the highest, how weird are you?
I love this question. I'll probably say like 7, 8. I'm like, I embrace it.
7 or 8. Okay. Some of my guest answers they are on 100 or
I mean, I say it to my kids too. I'm like, look, we're all weird. We all have our things.
correct. All right. Next question. What's the best gift you've ever received and why was it so special?
Hmm. Oh, I think the best gift I've ever received is, I would say, probably my coffee machine because it's what fuels my days as a mom, as a business owner. So that's probably one of my best gifts. It's something I use every day.
Are you a black coffee person or
No, I like a latte. I made it my second one
oh,
this morning so I could be all ready to go for because it's early morning. Not early morning, but it's morning here. So I made more coffee this morning. I'm more of a,
like
like a latte, flat white type of
latte?
thing.
Okay, I'm the virgin type coffee. I don't want anything on my coffee except coffee.
You just want the coffee. I like it.
I just want the coffee. All right, now, Coach Kitty, if you could go back in time and give your younger self one piece of advice when you were starting out, what would it?
I would say to trust my gut and that I'm enough, that I know enough, I have enough expertise to be able to just put it out there rather than comparing to other people and where they are in their journey.
That's a great advice, actually. Yeah. All right, next question. So, beyond your amazing work as a course creator, what do you do when you are not working?
I love to hang out with my kids. So
Mhm.
usually I'm doing mom things, getting them being the shuttle to get them everywhere they need to go. I love to read. I have a stack of books next to my bed at all times, so I love to read. And occasionally I will watch TV or TikToks or play word games.
How old are your kids? How many kids do you have?
I have two boys, they are 12 and 9.
Wow, teenagers. How is it?
Right. Woo. It's a parenting is a lot like I feel like entrepreneurship in that you it's always an adjustment. You're always modifying, like you feel like you got a good handle on it and then something happens and you've got to switch it up. So I feel like it's very similar. But yeah, they're great boys.
Yeah. You're gonna have more hormonal changes with kids. I mean, their
Mhm.
hormones are gonna be like raging hormones. I
Right.
know because mine is 18 now.
Oh yeah,
So
so yeah.
I went through that. So what book do you read actually? What's your favorite book to read?
Ooh, I have so many. I usually like to focus on lighter reads because I feel like life in the world is so heavy. So I usually
Yeah.
like romance, like fun novels. I just read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and I loved that.
Oh,
My niece recommended it to me and that was a great book. Loved how it was written.
Evelyn Hugo. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and find it. What's your favorite TV show?
Ooh, right now it's The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Okay.
And I'm reading those books right now too.
Nice. You are a fan of that one. All right, now next question. So, as a course creator, what's one habit that you've developed that you think has contributed to your success as an entrepreneur?
I think it's actually slowing down and not doing I have definitely had my share of burnout, and it takes a long time to come back from that. So,
Mhm.
what I've learned from that as I've kind of grown my business is that I don't need to be working all the time, and really setting strong boundaries is a big deal for me. So, I
Mhm.
have, pretty strong boundaries about my hours and when I'm available to work, and I think that has helped to separate little have that work-life balance because I feel like so many times as entrepreneurs, we could work all the time because we're excited about what we're doing, and so having that boundary of it's not the whole thing, that's not all of us, so let's explore some of the other things. So I think being okay with slowing down and stopping or not being worried about what the growth of the business looks like.
That is something that is very uncommon for us working moms, actually.
Right? It is.
Right. Okay, now last question, Kitty. What's one thing that people might be surprised to learn about you or your business?
Hmm. I think people would probably be surprised at all the various experience that I have and bring to the table, because it's not just course creation. I started as a social media manager, so I have a little bit of a different background than a lot of other course creators. So I
Mhm.
think that would probably be most surprising.
All right. Now, so thank you, Coach Katie, for being such a good sport in answering these random questions, which is actually designed to actually know you better, right, from every angle. So by now, I'm sure we've already have an idea of who Coach Katie Miller is as a real person. So this concludes our first segment of our show, Know the Expert. Okay, now let me flash the next one. All right, welcome back to Learn from the Expert segment, the heart of our show. So, for those who are just tuning in, this is Ritzel Loreto Rectra, your host for today. I am a content creator and process automation specialist, and I am also the CEO and owner of Mighty Trail Virtual Solutions. So, our join our free Facebook group, Talking Business with Ritz, live expert interview, and subscribe and follow me on YouTube. The channel is at Ritzel Rectra. So, all right, now let's talk business. I have a drum roll. Where is it? There you go. Yeah. All right. Now, when it comes to sharing your expertise through courses, the possibilities are vast and exciting, right? Now,
Mhm.
Coach Katie Miller here, our expert guest, will help us uncover the different formats that can truly bring your content or our content to life. Okay, let me go to our banner. Right. So this is our first topic. So
Mhm.
for someone just starting in the course creation journey, coach, how can they decide which format aligns best with their content and target audience?
I love this question because I actually it's got to be flipped around. I think a lot of people go into course creation and they think I'm going to create a course and this is what it's going to look like. But that's
Mm,
actually something we decide after we know what we want the topic to be. So the best place to really start is to think, okay, what is something that people ask me all the time? What
mhm,
does my audience actually need it? Because you don't want to spend all this time creating a course and try and put it out there because you think that people need it. I've done that. I've made that mistake too, and it did not end well. So that's why
mm,
I teach people that you need to verify your idea first before you dive into it, because I don't want you to get too deep. And then when you're looking at formats, I actually recommend that people start with a smaller course. A lot of people will dive in and think they need to create their like big long signature course that's going to be the thing that they're known for and it's going to be amazingly epic, and then they get overwhelmed, exhausted, and never want to create another course again, which we don't want
mhm,
that. We want you to create a variety. So I suggest starting with a mini course. So something that's just a little information that's kind of a teaser for your audience, for your clients, something that people can get to know you. And
mhm.
starting there first in a smaller, narrowed down topic is better than diving into a massive course.
Okay, agree, agree. So that is very interesting. Now, how do different course formats cater to different types of learners? And
Mhm.
how can business owners leverage this diversity to maximize their reach?
Right. That's a great question because a lot of people believe that courses need to be video. They don't. They don't need to be video. They don't actually even need to be on a course platform, like a hosting platform
Mhm,
formally. You can do it through email, you can do it through a lot of different ways. And that's sort of something we figure out when we know what the topic is and what your audience is. And also how you operate. So if you're someone who does not like to be on camera or is uncomfortable with the camera,
mhm.
and you feel like it's really awkward to sit there and talk to yourself while you're creating these videos, then
Yeah.
creating a video course is not going to be the solution for you. You might want to do more of an audio course or something where there's slides that you can talk through or do a voiceover. So that a lot of that depends on the person creating the course, but also how that you want to make sure that you have a little bit of a variety for different learners. So we do want to
Mhm.
have something that people can look at and that they can listen to. So there are different options. It just really depends on what the topic is and who the creator is.
Right. Because sometimes when I attend a course as well, and it's all video, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes you get bored too.
Right? You're, like, trying to focus, and then you're doing other things because it's video,
Yes.
and you're like yeah. So it's exactly. So I think I like to mix it up. So I don't actually have assignments usually after every video either, because you wanna have options for people. Are people gonna watch the video, or are they going to just grab the like, read the um, overview and then do the assignment. So you want to have options for people so that they can grab it however they want to. Same with
Yes.
releasing the course. You want to give people options. You don't want them, someone might want to do the whole course in one day. Some people might only have 5 to 10 minutes. So you want to think about that when you're developing the course so that you're not creating these like hour-long videos that nobody
Yeah.
has time for.
Yeah. Quite true. Quite true. So, could you elaborate on how varying course formats can really influence learner engagement and consequently the perception of the course's value in the eyes of potential customers? Because sometimes the longer the video, sometimes I don't know if it's a myth or what. A long video means there's so much value in it, right? But
Mhm.
sometimes, yeah, as you've said, depends on who is learning it, whether they really got time to really sit down and like look at the video or watch the video and then shut down, right? So
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, and that can be really overwhelming if every video is an hour long. Like, then it's gonna take you so long to do the entire course. So, I mean, in reality, if we think about social media now, we don't have an attention span that's very long anymore anyway. Nobody does. We're all busy. We don't have a very long attention span. So recommend that people keep their videos around 5 to 10 minutes because that's
Mm,
something you can watch, get enough value, and it's okay if that means that your course is longer. It just really depends on how you're breaking down the topic. If there's too many of those short videos, then I would say you probably have a lot of information in that course and you might wanna think about what's being included, but I usually like to keep it around 5 to 10 minutes just because it's hard to focus on something that is giving that value, but really paring it down into, "This is what you really need to know," instead of all the fluff that you might add to it to make it longer or that you might be combining 4 different ideas into one video when you can break it down into
mm.
4 smaller videos that are a little bit more consumable. That actually also helps with people, completing your course, which is the goal. We do want people to finish the course. We don't want them to get burned out after video number 1 and they're like, "If every video is this long, I can't do it."
Yeah. Or they're gonna be doing a 10x on your videos. You just run it through
Exactly.
and
It's
click
gonna
done.
be it's just gonna be like
All right. Now, what's your advice for business owners who are concerned about technical challenges associated with creating the course formats, and how could they overcome these hurdles?
Mhm. Yeah, that's something I do for clients too. I have a lot of people that are hesitant about the technical side
Yeah.
of it because when we think about course creation, people are like, I'm going to create a course. Here's the outline. Here's the videos. I know what I'm talking about. But there is a lot in the back end that
Mm,
I don't think a lot of people share about in the course creation world that, yeah, you need to set it up. You need to film the videos. You need to be able to do all these things. I am
mm,
someone who approaches it from a manageable place. So I don't want someone to buy a big platform or buy into a big membership just so that they can have a certain course platform or whatever it is. So I try to recommend things and keep it as simple as possible for people because I know that the tech part is harder. And if it's too hard and it's something you don't want to do, then I would hire it out.
all right. Thank you for that. Now, in a rapidly evolving digital landscape, how important is it for businesses to continuously experiment with and adapt their course formats to stay relevant?
Mhm. Uh, I think it's always important. I mean, that's the evolution of business. I think if you created a course 5 years ago, I don't think you need to update it. A lot of the idea of a course and the idea of doing it the right way the first time is that you won't have to change something later, so that it
Mm-hmm.
won't be it's still relevant. Because the information is relevant, the delivery, you could update that, but we try to not go back and recreate something we've already done because that kind of defeats the purpose of the course, right? We want it to be created and done and out there, and we can create more and different things. So I think if you're going to update the format, I would probably say do a different course because you don't want to spend, have add another one to your business suite so that you have some options
Mm-hmm.
rather than just like recreating and updating. But I do think there are factors we need to think of. We have short attention spans, so video can't be too long. You want to make sure that you have all those pieces in it, and that's part of what we do, so that you're not going back and like, oh, I need to change that. I didn't have that in this last one. It's okay if you didn't, because it's not, everybody's different. Everybody's going to enjoy it differently. But I think you just have to make sure you have those pieces there in the first place and that the content is good. And when the content is good, it doesn't matter how it was delivered.
All right, thank you very much. So when it comes to course creation, often the most compelling content is right under our nose. I'm
Mhm,
going into the second topic. So here we go. Second topic is about sourcing your ideas for your next course. So,
mhm.
Coach Katie, we all know that businesses often have a wealth of experiences and insights, right? It's just a matter of the level of expertise. So, how can entrepreneurs effectively, mind their business for valuable ideas that can be turned into engaging courses?
Yes, this question is like the key in course creation because people look at it and they're like, I need to come up with this fresh idea and this whole brand new thing. You don't need to do that. You probably have something in your business already,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something that people need and want. And like I mentioned earlier, you want to look in your business at maybe a freebie that is really popular. And could you elevate that and add a video to it or add like the next step to it? So when you're thinking about your business and what you offer, and if you have a really exciting offer, whatever size it is, even if it's like a coaching program, you
Mm-hmm.
wanna look at that and say, "Okay, is there a way that I could make this available to someone who can't do my whole program, who maybe can't buy into that, but I can still give them a little something?" So I usually tell people that there's a couple things you need to do first. The first thing is you need to look at what people are asking you for.
Mm-hmm.
Probably something in your business that you're already doing. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to start over. You have something. You have freebies, you have guidelines, you have things you use in coaching, you have templates, I'm sure, that you use for clients. All of those things are great places to start. So if you look at what people need from you and what questions they're asking from you, that's going to verify that idea. And you can say, okay, let me look at this little thing, or let me look at this and see if I can add to it. Or maybe I could have a template for an hour long video, or maybe I can have this is how I plan out my social media. And I can give people the calendar and the process or the templates for that. And then I can talk through it on a short video, like a
Mm-hmm.
workshop style kind of thing. I've done those too. My mini course is very like that, very much like that. It's a workshop style. And the coaching programs are usually good to look at for a longer course. So something you're already a process or a system that you're already taking your clients through is something that you can look at and give to other people. Like create a course around that. Don't start over and say, all right, well, now I've done this and I need to come up with this whole brand new idea that is going to be amazing. You don't need to do that. Just look at what you have and see what you can just bump it up a little bit.
All right. Now, many entrepreneurs struggle with identifying which aspects of their business hold the most potential for course material. So, can you expound some more? I know you've talked about it
Mhm.
already. What strategies can you suggest pinpointing these hidden gems?
Yeah, the I would say that what do you repeat often with your clients? When you are in a coaching call or if you're doing your calls with clients when you're setting things up, are there the steps that you take them through all the time and you're like, "Wow, every time I get on a call with someone, I'm always doing this. We always have to do this beginner part before we can really dive into the work." that's something that you can create a course around. So if you find yourself just repeating and repeating and repeating with your clients and taking them through like this entry point, because our clients come in at all different levels, right? So some people need that beginner part of like, oh, watch this first, and then we can really dive into the deeper stuff. So I would say the things you're repeating are the
Yeah.
biggest ones. Your coaching program, any systems that you've developed for yourself, that's something that's going to be helpful for someone else.
Right. But in the world of saturated information, so we can look at it in the internet, Google, right?
Mhm.
Google's our friend. So in terms of originality, right? How can entrepreneurs really ensure their course content stands out while using, um, using their business experiences as a foundation?
Well, I think you just said exactly how they stand out. It's your business experience and foundations. So the topic may be something that is similar to something else that's out there, but it doesn't mean that it is delivered the same way. So when we bring our own expertise, our own experience, our own twist to it. So yes, we could go to Google and figure out all of it. And I
Mm.
think we don't, because we could do that and we look at it and we're like, okay, I figured it all out, but I still don't want to do it. I still want to hire somebody else to do it for me. 'Cause, right? We don't have the time. But I think we're the experts. People watching, you are the expert in what you do, and you bring that unique flavor to a course. So it doesn't matter that somebody else has done that, because you're going to resonate with someone. Someone needs to hear from you because of your experiences or your life, or they're going to relate to the fact that you do this while you're raising your kids, or they'll relate to the fact that you maybe came from the corporate world and went into entrepreneurship. Someone is going to resonate with that, and you have a lot to bring to the table just as yourself. So I would focus on that. Just remember that you are unique enough to bring something to the table.
All right. Remember, people, we are unique in every
Yes.
aspect of our lives. Okay. Now we've explored two topics that are pure gold. All right. So the third topic is the very crucial one in course creation. So imagine you've identified your course topic and are ready to set sail on your course creation journey. But wait, now which path should you take next? So this is where Coach Katie's insight come into play. So I'm flashing in the third topic, which is what's the next step, right? So
Mhm.
Coach Katie, what is our next step?
After we've verified our idea and we know that that's a good idea to run with, the next step is to get it all out of your head. People don't do this part. They don't do the actually verifying their idea a lot that we think they do. Like, oh, yeah, that's a great topic. Sounds good. But verifying your idea means that people actually want it. So you ask your social media audience, like do a poll on Instagram. Ask people if this is something that they would want to learn more about, or and make sure it's something people are asking you about, like I said. So then after you do that, you want to get this like general organization that we have in our head out on paper. Everything for the course. You want to do a brain dump, a mind map, a list, whatever you need to do to just get all the ideas out of your head and what you're going to talk about, because from that, we can start to think about the organization of the course. We don't talk about, when I work with clients, we don't talk about the type of course we're creating, what the format is going to be, until we've gotten to the video production part. And even when we get there, even when we go through the whole process, I had a client recently who said, I think I'm going to switch things around, but I said something at the beginning of my video that I recorded, what should I do? And I said, that's totally fine to switch it around, because that's part of the process. It's always evolving until you're actually putting it out there. So that's why I say you have to get all the ideas out of your head and on paper so you can see it all. And then it's going to look really overwhelming and scary because you're going to have a lot of information there, but it's okay. And you want to think about how can I organize that into different categories or topics. And
Yeah.
even before you start thinking, oh, okay, so now that's it, right? I have my outline, I can go. That's not it. Before you're getting to the video part or getting to the actual putting it all together, you want to think about what the purpose of your entire course is. What is the learning objective, is what we call it, learning objective for the entire course? What is someone going to walk away knowing after they have gone through this? You want to keep that in mind, because as you're looking at all these ideas you've put on the piece of paper, you want to say, does that go back to this learning objective? Or is it really relevant? Because that's going to allow you to say, oh, I can take out this, or this doesn't matter. That's not the point. Like, that's something that's really useful for this, but I'm not talking about it for this course. So you want to think of your learning objective for the entire course. And then
Mhm.
as you move into the organization a little bit, you see an idea, you see a pattern, then you want to put it in an outline. You don't number anything. Don't number it yet, because I feel like people do this. They're like, oh, module number 1. I'm like, no, 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 we don't do that. It's just module or or
Oh,
lesson. Like, don't number it, because we're not there yet. And this is this beginning part is what people don't do. And then they come back and have to fix it all later, and we don't want that. So once you do that, you want to think about the learning objectives for every single module, like every group of information that you have, because that's going to allow you to take out the useless information or the things that you thought were fun. Maybe it can be a bonus, and it'll allow you to really focus on the information you need to deliver, which will also make your content like that much more powerful.
all right. So you're saying that each module have to support the main purpose
Mm-hmm.
of the course.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It's so easy to, I think, for people to say, okay, let's say I'm going to create a course about social media. That's a pretty broad topic, right?
yeah,
So if I were
true.
to do that and I would think, okay, well, I'm going to talk about Instagram and Facebook, and that's it. Well, that's not all social media. So then it's kind of confusing. So that's not what your course is about. This is why we work through it to kind of figure out all the information that we want to talk about. So if I say, okay, I want to talk about just Instagram strategy, I can break it down. What are the most important things? Do I really need to include this information? Like, I probably don't need a whole module on doing a live. I can probably do that in, the video content of Instagram. You could have like an engagement piece. You want to think about it that way, that it all goes back to the purpose of the entire course. What is that goal that you want people to walk away knowing?
Yeah, true. I have a comment here. It says, "Great info, coach." I'm looking at my cell phone. This is share thunder. All right, and we have another watcher, Wilson Lopez, as well. And yes, keep up the good work. Thank you, Shulula. What? Shopula. All right. I hope I pronounce your name name properly. Anyway, all right. All right, now where am I? Here we go. So all right, everyone. So as we wrap up this segment, right? This is the last topic that we have for Coach Katie. Let's reflect on the valuable information shared by Coach Katie. Here are some of my takeaways for today's episode. So for the first topic, which is exploring course types, unleash your expertise with various formats. So courses can be as diverse as businesses, with formats tailored to engage various learning styles. So that's what I got from in summary. Okay, now for discovering gems. Okay, where to get your next course topic. So, your business, according to Coach Katie, business experiences and challenges can be a gold mine for creating impactful course content. So, she mentioned you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You have it already. Just, you know, um, put laces on it, ruffles, and all that, right? Then you get a course. All right. On the third topic, we got navigating your course creation. So what's the next steps? Just like as a well-planned business strategy, a thought-out course roadmap ensures a successful educational journey. So those are my takeaways. All right. If you came in late, ladies and gentlemen, please watch the replay inside the group Talking Business with Rich live expert interview. Now let's move on to the next segment, Work with the Expert, where Coach Katie here will share her unique offers to help you further with with course creation. All right.
We do video too. That's part of it.
All right. Okay, let me flash it. Now comes the segment we've all been waiting for, work with the experts. So Coach Katie Miller has generously shared her pearls of wisdom on course creation, giving us a roadmap to turn our expertise into impactful courses. Please watch the previews segment. Learn from the experts. You're gonna learn a lot. I did. All right.
That's good.
All right, now it's not just about learning, it's about transformation. And now in this segment, Coach Katie is ready to take that transformation even further. So she's here to offer you a chance to dive deeper into the world of course creation, bringing her expertise right to your door. So, Coach Katie, here we go. Could you tell us more about what offer you have for us today?
hmm So I have a few. I would say the main one is my course, which is Course Creation Formula,
Mhm.
where we take wherever you are in the process. We start with idea, we go all the way to launch, and we have some live calls in there. That is starting again, probably the September is the goal. Had a few things going on with kids going back to school, so we delayed it a little bit, but that's the biggest one. And I actually just switched things up as we do as entrepreneurs, and I have 3 different kind of main course offers, and it really depends on where people are. Some people just want an outline and go. So that's where we start. That's the basic baseline. If somebody just wants the outline for their course, after we get on a call, we whiteboard it. You get all the information. I would write up an outline, and we go all the way up to the idea to launch. So if someone comes to me and they want to create a course, we do that one-on-one, and we'll have calls to develop their course. They do the video. I can help with video editing, loading into a platform, and also your social media launch.
All right, so that sounds amazing, Coach Katie. I'm sure our audience would love to know how they can get in touch with you and learn more about this offer.
So the best ways you can find me on Instagram. That's where I usually hang out. It's at themillersocial.com, or that's the website, at themillersocial on Instagram. On the my website is themillersocial.com, and that has all of the information that where you can find me, how you can get in touch, how we can kick things off if you want to have a call. So those are the best places. And I also have a podcast called Katie Calls BS, and we have new episodes that are launching in 1 week. And right now on my Instagram, we're doing a countdown of topics. So lots of places to learn and explore and find me. But if my DMs are always open on Instagram, especially, and Facebook. So if you want to find me there and ask a question, I'm always open to chatting with people.
Wonderful. Now, before we wrap up, Coach Katie, do you have any personal advice or final words of wisdom you'd like to share with our audience?
Sure. I think the biggest piece of advice for any entrepreneur
Mhm.
is to not worry about what people tell you should be doing. Because
Mhm.
I think so many of us will get into this idea of expert, right? And the expert or the guru or this person is telling me to do this. Creating a course is not for everybody. It is not the answer for you if you look at it like, oh, course, right? If you're like, no, I don't want to do that, it's not going to be the answer for you. So I think when you look at what you offer in your business and what you want to create a course around, if you do, then I would suggest looking at something that is actually fun for you. Because we didn't
Mhm.
start businesses to be miserable, right? We didn't start our business because we wanted to just be working nonstop and not have any fun. We started it because we had a spark of an idea to do something and be able to do it in our own way. And that's pretty bold in itself. And so I think remembering that and not getting distracted by what experts tell you you're supposed to be doing, or that you've done it wrong, or wherever you are in your journey, is probably my biggest takeaway. Just something I've learned as the hard way. I think we all learn it at some point in our journey, but we look at, where somebody is and they said, oh, maybe I needed to create 15 reels in one day, and you're like, that's ridiculous, it's too much, don't do it, that's crazy. The crazy advice that's out there, and you look at it and say, but they have this, they make so much money off their courses. Don't worry about that. They're
I
not
think
you.
that one is, yeah, that one is for advice from, for visibility and client attraction and so
hmm
forth. If you produce good values, right there, and it resonates with your audience, then you're good already. You don't need to like every day you have to post something,
Mm,
but you
no,
just
don't do
have to
that.
be consistent.
That's but that yeah, consistent. Exactly. Consistency. And it's the same thing for anything in your business, right? It's just consistency. And you don't know that if you stop too early or you give up too early, there's someone out there that needs to hear your message. And when you think about the fact that you want to find those people who are going to resonate with you, what you have to offer, your personality, and showing that, that's all you're doing. You're just putting it out there. It doesn't mean that because you show up on social media or you create a course that you're all of a sudden going to be a millionaire. Take that out. Don't worry about that part.
That does not happen like that.
No, it definitely does not. Can you imagine if there? I say to people, like, if there was a roadmap that was that easy, or the steps were that easy for social media for creating a course, which drives me nuts about, like, you could go on Pinterest, you could go online, and it'll be like 10 steps to create a course. And like, if only it were 10 steps, that would be great and so easy, but it's not. And that's where I think people look at it and they think, oh, I can do that. It's simple. No, if it was the same for everybody, there would not be people like us trying to help other people with their business, right?
Right, correct. And your advice of you do your business, you have to have fun too. That's what entrepreneurial
Mm-hmm.
is all about,
It
right?
is. It's finding those things you're excited about and that you want to share and that experience you've had up until this point. Even not just in business or corporate world, if that was it, whatever it is, but in life too, like where you've gotten to
Yeah.
the point where, look, I've done the burnout. I said I've dealt with burnout, so I really try to focus on helping people not do that because I know what it's like. It's all those experiences that you can bring to the table, and I think just remembering that and not getting distracted by the shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah, true. All right. Now, I'm sure that our audience gained so much valuable knowledge from you today. I know I did, right? Kindly remind the audience once again to these exciting offers that you have prepared for them.
Yeah, sure. So course creation formula, which is my group program to create your course from start to finish all the way through launch. And that is coming in September. So I have information on my website that I'll be updating soon. But that is, you can find more information about that on my website. And then if you are someone who wants to create a course, or you're not sure if you have an idea or you need strategy, we can do that too. So lots of ways that we can work together, whether it's a strategy session, you need to talk through something, or if you want me to help you create your course.
All right, contact information is flashing here on the screen. Below is the website for Coach Miller, and the one static here is her um, Facebook. All right. Okay, so before we wrap up, let me just remove this one and prepare the next one. So before we wrap up, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to you, Coach Katie, for being here with us and being such a good sport and sharing your experience. All right, now to my fam bam, as our time together draws to a close, I want to leave you with 8 thoughts. Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Today, you've taken the steps towards mastering course creation with Coach Katie Miller's insight. All right. Please, listening to it, watching it are totally different without, you know, putting action. If you don't put it in action, then you're stuck. You're just there. All right. So, but the journey doesn't end here. It's just the beginning. Okay. So keep the fire of curiosity burning and join us again for the next episode of Talking Business with Grits. Would you like to say your goodbyes to our audience,
Sure.
Coach?
Thank you so much for having me. I love talking about course creation, and I love what you just shared because it's so true that step doesn't need to be big. It's a step is a step. It doesn't matter how big it is, but if you make that step, for sure, just keep moving forward, keep doing the next thing, and you'll get there.
All right, now together we'll continue to unlock new horizons of knowledge and success. So stay tuned, stay motivated, stay focused, stay safe and healthy. This is Ritzel Loredo Rectra and Coach Katie Miller. All right. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams and keep talking business with Ritz. Bye, everyone.